Hello, and welcome back to the Abundant Joy Tarot. Today, we're going to just jump into a reading where we're going to be looking at what surprise gifts or blessings are coming your way soon from the universe, divine energy. So I'm really excited to do this reading for you all today. And we're just going to kind of simply go into it. I just want to say to everyone in this season, this is a timeless reading, but if you are hitting this around the time that I'm putting it up, which is kind of the end of December, I'm hoping that you are finding peace and love within yourself and within your community. I know that this time can be a really tough time for some, whereas it also can be a very, very joyous time. So just know that wherever you are, whoever you are not alone. And that, my prayer for you and everyone is that we are able to find connection, that we are able to feel our own sense of self-worth and love and the embrace, if you will, of the divine. So that being said, let's get into what these surprise gifts are that are going to be coming your way from the divine. And so what I invite you to do is to choose the deck from which you're going to read. So I've got 3 tarot decks here that I will pull tarot cards for. I've also already pulled several oracle cards for each of the decks. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of we'll take in a deep breath and look at the sun card from each of these decks, and I will lift them up so that you can choose and you'll jump into that pile. Now, one other little special treat that we will do within this reading is that when you go into the reading, hold in mind a yes or no question that you would like an answer to, okay? Because what I've done is I have one of these oracle cards is an oracle card that's like lets you know kind of yes or no answers, and you choose which one. So basically what I did was I prayed and I just said, for pile 1, I'm going to be choosing the first symbol. For pile 2, I'll be choosing the second symbol. For pile 3, I'll be choosing the third symbol. Okay, so that will be the answer to your question. So whichever one you feel drawn to will be the one. So you'll want to just be concentrating on what that yes or no question is. And then we'll also have a general reading about what kinds of gifts and things you can expect to be coming your way in the very near future. Very exciting. Okay, so with that, let's get into this reading. So for pile 1, this deck was just gifted to me, and it's beautiful, and it is the Modern Goddess Tarot, and this is the Sun card from that deck. So this will be for pile 1. Pile 2 is my old favorite, which is the Lightseers deck. And this is the Sun card from that deck. And then another old favorite is the Mystical Moments deck. And this is the beautiful Sun card from that deck for pile 3. So those are going to be your options. Pile 1, Modern Goddess. Pile 2, the Lightseers deck. Pile 3, the Mystical Moments deck. All right, so you'll just want to take a moment, let yourself just breathe in, allow yourself to come fully present to the reading, and then go down to the description, click that button that you want to go into, and it'll take you right to your reading, pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, and I'll see you in the reading. Welcome, pile 1. So those of you who chose the Modern Goddess Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading, and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to take this beautiful Sun card in case it wants to come back up for us and slide it into the deck here, and then do a quick shuffle. And I'm asking Spirit and the Divine, I've already prayed over these decks, but I am asking the Divine to give us clarity on what kinds of things are opening up for you. What gifts might you expect in the near future? I believe that the universe is always bringing our highest good. And so we want to get an idea of what might be available for us, what is coming to us soon. And I'm going to pull a few of these cards. I got two. Okay, and I will pull one more. Okay. All right, now I've already pulled a bunch of oracle cards, so we'll start with a couple of those, and then we'll jump into the tarot, and then we'll finish out with a couple of oracle cards. So I pulled some tea leaf cards for you, and you have dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. And I get the sense when I am pulling this is that when it says dog close up, this may be a friend that has not been close up. So in other words, maybe either long distance, or you just maybe haven't gotten a chance to see them as much because maybe your lives have been really busy, and so there's an opportunity for you to kind of come together with closeness. Sometimes that comes with being, in the holidays. We find, I haven't, gotten to stop enough to be able to touch base with people, but that's what I was sort of feeling with that when that kind of came up. Then you've got someone is undependable and insincere. Okay, so the blessing here, understanding that we're doing a reading on understanding what are the surprise gifts that are coming to you. Understand that sometimes having clarity about the people that are around you is also a gift. Okay, so even though that, finding out that someone is undependable or insincere may not feel like a gift, it actually is a blessing, because I'm getting the understanding with this card as I'm holding this and speaking and hearing that part of the reason why this is a gift is because you're going to realize it before you make a decision or take a step for further investment. So part of, I think, the guidance here is to just be really mindful of choices that you're making in terms of who it is that you're dealing with, okay? Who it is that you're dealing with. And then finally, you've got Mountain Road. That's beautiful. You are on the road to success. Okay. And it may not have felt like an easy road at all, because a mountain road is not going to be an easy road. It's going to be an uphill climb. It's going to have difficult, like overhangs or drop-offs, if you will. But what this is saying is that even though you may have felt like you've been on a bit of a treacherous road, you are actually on the road to success. So that kind of actually rings true with me in terms of like someone is undependable or insincere. This idea of like the clarity that you need is going to be there for you as you continue on your journey, which is leading you to success. So that is really, really gorgeous. So let's take a look at the tarot cards and see if it'll give us a little bit more of the story around what gifts are coming your way. And then we will go from there. I think actually I'm going to pull them this way because they came out. These were the first ones that came out. Okay. So you've got the Five of Cups. Wow, look at that. Okay. So the Five of Cups can denote like a loss. And because the cups are dealing with emotions, we're talking about kind of like seeing this sense of loss, right? Or holding on, focusing on this sense of loss. But I think that the blessing that's coming here, and let me pull the rest of the tarot before I actually speak on what I'm hearing on that. So you've got, you got the Four of Cups, because that's what I was actually feeling, is the Four of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about that loss. The Seven of, wow. Okay. So this is kind of confirmation of what we're hearing about this undependable friend with this Seven of Swords. Let's see what we got here. Seven of Cups. Interesting. And the Queen of Swords. Wow. Okay, so here's what I'm getting here for you all. Like this is for those of you who are in this space, it actually is quite a beautiful gift that we're seeing here. So part of what's happening is that some of you have experienced kind of an emotional loss, maybe even a sense of betrayal that has happened for you, and you have been in a space of I don't know, just like deep hurt, as well as like just almost a sense of apathy of like, because that's what the Four of Cups is, sort of this sense of apathy. Just really look at her. She's like stubbornly focusing on these sort of empty cups in front of her and not seeing the gift from the divine. And so this reading is really telling me that like the divine is coming in. And one of the ways that the divine is coming in to support the surprise gifts that you're going to see is that your blindfold is going to be lifted off, and the universe is going to show you what are the shadows that are around you. It's like you're sitting in a room and all of a sudden somebody just switches on the light and you are able to see very, very clearly with precision. Oh, wait, that's not a friend of mine. That is a foe, or that is someone dressed up as a rat, or whatever it might be, right? Like it, all of a sudden, everything is going to become crystal clear. There's a sense of illumination that is happening here around things that have been being done in secret, and maybe even a little bit deceitful, sneaky, a little bit deceitful, because you got this Seven of Swords energy, and the Seven of Swords energy is when someone is kind of like sneaking in and doing it. Now, it's got two. The Seven of Swords also talks about this idea of kind of being clandestine, right? Like moving with a sense of secrecy, okay? And I'm getting it, not to be cliche with this being swords, but I am getting a bit of a double-edged sword here in terms of for you, that the blessing, the gift, the surprise gift that's coming in is the clarity around any deceit or sneakiness or secrets that have been around you. But the other side of that Seven of Swords, the other side of the gift, is for you to be able to walk in a way that is a bit more closed, a bit more secretive, or not in a negative way, right? But just sort of walking away in a protective way of yourself. I often say, if you've listened to this channel, my mother used to say or says, everybody doesn't need to know everything all the time. And that always comes up when I hear that card, right? That there's this sense that Spirit is going to be guiding you. Now you're going to be able to be in deep connection with your spirit guides, with the divine, because you're going to be going through a sense of illumination. All right. You've also got this Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups talks about options and choices. Sometimes it can be so many options that we don't know what to do with it. But what I'm getting here is that because the gift that is coming through you to you is this really immense sense of clarity with this Queen of Swords, like mastery, right? Of clarity, of illumination. The swords represent mental thought and processing, right? Like what's going on in the mind. And it's like the divine is coming in and saying, poof, we're turning on the light for you. And so that you're able to make clear, concise decisions to move yourself forward on this mountain road to success. Okay, you're going to have a increased sense of clarity that makes the decisions, the choices that are about in front of you very clear. It's like you will see which cup has a snake in it. You will see which cup is going to bring you peace. You will see which cup has a bountiful rainbow coming out of it. Okay. I'm kind of speaking to these things. You'll see which cup has a foundation or jewels or a divine heart in it, as opposed to like a little dragon creature that might be just there to trick you. Okay. So that's what the gift is for you all, Pile One, is this sort of sense of illumination and clarity. I'm also hearing that one of the ways that this gift is going to come to you is by you sitting still and quiet and listening and trusting yourself and what you know. All right. But I also think that because we're talking about surprises, like surprise gifts that are coming in, I'm feeling this sense of like just like illumination, like all of a sudden it's like getting struck by lightning, the sense of clarity that you're going to have moving forward toward your success. All right. So this is all about moving up that mountain path and moving up to your success with grace and ease. All right. Let's see what your other oracle cards are here. But this seems very clear to me that this is about sort of illuminating any past deceit and being able to make the choices you need to move forward. Now, you've also got, that's exactly what I was speaking to. Listen with care, speak with kindness. So the sense of, not that you need to be deceptive, but you're going to have a sense of illumination that you're going to know some things before other people either A, realize you know it, or B, know it at all themselves. Okay. And so this to me is about you listening closely to your intuition and the divine and following that guidance, not necessarily having to share it with everybody, but to speak with kindness. Okay. Not necessarily with deception, right? But to speak with kindness. Everybody doesn't need to know everything all the time. Just continue to move yourself forward on your path of success. Okay. All right. You also have know you are loved. That's beautiful. Okay. Know you are loved. I'm going to see if I can get us a little more clarity on this card here. This is the new moon in Libra. And so in new moons, we're always talking about a beginning of some kind here. But this is talking about a new sense of a renewal of love energy. Okay. It can be family love, it can be platonic love, romantic or otherwise. So whether you're single or attached, a new personal or professional relationship is going to be starting for you. Okay, so open your heart and be loving. This idea of like speak with kindness, because you never know who is really watching as you're moving forward. So just continue to move towards your success, and the divine is bringing you a new cycle of loving energy. Allow yourself to be open to receive that beautiful energy, okay? So if you are looking for a new friend, this card is saying you are on the right track. What I love about this as well, y'all, is that there's kind of like a confirmation here because we've got this beautiful mountain in the background. And so it really kind of speaks to this idea of being on that mountain road to success, and that while you're on the mountain road towards your purpose and your success, that is when you're going to meet those new connections, that new kind of loving, balanced energy that's not deceitful at all, that is there to embrace you, and that you need to be open and willing and ready to embrace yourself. This is really, really beautiful. Okay. Wow. Okay. This card also is a good like omen for any type of relationship, but also any type of like connection, like whether it be like a business meeting or an interview or collaboration, a project that you're working on. It really speaks of there being this really positive, open energy. Okay, so this is definitely a gift coming in that's going to be laying on top of what it is that what is going to be illuminating for you. Okay, now I also pulled these vision board cards to kind of think about, what kinds of things are sort of manifesting, right, for you, additional gifts. So you've got humanitarian. So the sense of like giving, engagement, donation, charity. I feel like this to me really feels like it is in connection with your purpose, and that as the divine is opening you up on your path, we cannot give from an empty cup, right? So to be able to be in a place of caring and giving, you've got to be in a space of caring and giving to yourself, right? So this sense of like stepping into your purpose, that will allow you to give to others as well, that the divine is going to help open that up. Some of you may already have in mind various projects and things that you've wanted to do, but maybe you didn't feel like you had the funding for it, or you didn't have the right people in place to support you. And so what this gift is that I'm hearing from the divine is that that is coming for you. The right people are coming. The right loving energy is going to be coming for you to be able to do the work that you want to do in the world. Okay. And then you've got, wow, okay. So there's this sort of sense of giving, and then this is indulgence. And so it's all about being able to kind of taste the sweet and fine things in life, being able to celebrate. This really comes from a place of abundance and success. You've got like community here and like this sense of like jubilation. You've got travel here. You've got really good food and eats that you're going to be able to indulge with, self-care, fresh, juicy. I'm sure that strawberry is delicious and wonderful, but this sort of sense of like indulgence. So I love that you've got the humanitarian card and you've got the indulgence card. So there's this really lovely balance of giving to yourself, allowing yourself to fully indulge in the pleasures of this life. That's why we're here, to be able to be in our joy. All right. And also to be able to spread that joy to others, to be able to give to others, and that the divine is going to be giving you the surprising gift of opening up to that space. The other thing about being a humanitarian is the energetic joy that it can bring to us to be able to give selflessly to others. It is just a healing unto us, unlike anything other. Okay, so I love that these two things are together. So that's that. And now, if you did not hear the beginning of the reading in the intro, I was letting everybody know that I also chose a card that is like a yes or no answer, and so that you should come in to the reading with a question that you wanted a yes or no answer to. And then the card gives you choices. So you pick one of the symbols. And so when I pulled the card and prayed over the cards, I said, for pile 1, I will choose symbol 1, whatever that symbol is, and that will give us the answer. Okay. So if you have not yet thought of or been thinking about a specific question, you should go ahead and do that now. And then I'm going to reveal what the answer is. And so what you have here, so these are the pick a treasure card, and we're going to choose the bike bell because that will be the first one, and this is going to be for pile 1. Okay, so we're going to choose the bike bell, and let me see. Give me just a minute here to get that page number. The bike bell. All right, so the answer that it says here. All right, so this says for your question, whatever your question was, emblazoned across the long winter's night sky is your answer, and it says no. So I have no idea what your question was, but that is what it was, okay, for pile 1. So it is talking about the long winter's night sky. So it really makes me think that this may have been something that you have been considering for some time, and also maybe something that is in the dark for you. So before you if this was something you were really longing for some of you it may not have been, but if it was, what I want you to hear is that in this reading, what we got is that part of your gift is going to be an illumination. So there's something about that emblazoned across the night sky, that there's something that's going to be revealed to you that will clarify why that is a no at this time. Understand that the universe always, it's either a yes, no, or not now, okay? In general. So, or enough information is not available, right? And I'm getting the sense that with this reading in particular, because of what has come up, like that there's some things that are going on underneath the surface that you're going to get a little bit more clarity around what that is. And that is going to help you to be clear on why that answer is the way the answer is. All right. So that's what we have there. And then you've got, this is the card that I pulled for final guidance from Spirit, from the divine. What will kind of help you? And this is beautiful because you've got the card, these are the Kuan Yin cards, and this card is Hold On to Me, okay? And it's number 30. And I'm going to read more about this, but the first thing that comes to mind is that the divine is asking you to lean on the divine. Lean on your guides. Lean on your higher power. That they got you, right? They got you through this process of this kind of treacherous mountain climb that you're doing towards your success as you maneuver through the dynamics of the people and the things around you, okay? They have you, and they're wanting you to lean onto them, okay? It may be bumpy, you know, the road may be a little bit bumpy. Answers might not be as clear for you as you had hoped them to be, but you're not alone in this process, and they got you, okay? So let's get some more information on this Hold On to Me card. So it says, divine genius has the pace of our path perfectly timed so that all the necessary ingredients for success synchronize perfectly. People, situations, and circumstances are ready for when we arrive, and we are ready for them. Sometimes it's like you got to get ready for it, right? Like you're not quite ready for that. Yes, if you will, right? So it's like you have to get ready for it. Sometimes we will feel pushed by life, and at other times we will feel that we want to give our life to push to move a bit faster through some issue or something. It's like times things are not going fast enough, and sometimes things are just going way too slow. But the Divine Mother has heard your prayers in your heart. And rather than urging you to have more patience, she has agreed to your request. Yes, you can be fast-tracked through this particular phase of your journey. Rather than walking the path using your own legs and feet, you are going to hitch a lift with the Divine Mother. Her ways are ingenious and not always obvious. They are certainly fast and effective. So if your life has been sedate, slow, not moving at the pace that you want, lacking in excitement, or has even seemed boring, you know, with that Four of Cups, this sort of sense of apathy, prepare for a change. Your life is about to become a lot more interesting. Okay, so there's this sense that the divine is coming in. It says, in your prayers, I have heard your heart asking, can this journey move a little quicker? Are there things that could be happening now instead of later? So I respond to you, and your pace is about to quicken. You'll be on the same path, moving toward the same destination, but with my help, your process will be accelerated. It may get a little bumpy with this increase in speed, so put your energy and focus into our connection. Lean into the divine, y'all, okay? As I help carry you forward. For now, that will be all that is needed for circumstances in your life to get moving at an adventurous pace. So the guidance here is hold on, lean into the divine, trust and know that things are being worked out for you. You are going to find a level of illumination that you have not had before, and you are going to be able to step into the success that you have been long waiting for, beloveds. So that is what I'm seeing in terms of your next beautiful gift. Illumination is a beautiful gift, and you've got the word of the divine saying that you're going to be moving more quickly towards your success. So hang on for the rides, y'all. Thank you for jumping into the Abundant Joy Tarot today. If you like the readings that you're getting here, please hit that like button, subscribe button, drop a comment for me down there and let me know what's resonating with you. Then I will look forward to seeing you in the next reading. I hope that you have an abundantly joyful day. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Lightseers deck, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to take this Sun card and pop this back in here in case it wants to come back out for us. And then I'm going to do a quick shuffle. I've already pulled a bunch of Oracle cards for you. As a reminder, we are looking at what surprise gift is coming to you in the near future from the divine. All right, so I'm excited to get into this reading and see what might be available to you at this time and what you kind of need to get yourself prepared for. One of the things, if you did not listen to the intro, is in each of these readings, I also pulled from this treasure deck in which it has these various symbols. There's 1, 2, and 3 symbols on each of the cards, and you pick which one of those symbols to give you a yes or no answer to a question. So I asked you to think about what question you wanted to have top of mind. And for each of the cards, so for pile 1, I pulled the first symbol. For pile 2, I'll pull the second symbol. For pile 3, I'll pull the third symbol. They're not all the same card, so it's a completely different card, but that's what I prayed over when I pulled the cards. And so that's what we're going to be doing. So we'll do that in the Oracle cards here in just a minute. First, I'm just going to pull some of these Tarot cards, and then we'll jump into a couple of Oracle cards, go through the Tarot, and then back to the Oracle cards to finish us out with some divine guidance. So I hope this is finding you in a place of peace and hope and love. And let's see what we get here. Okay, I feel like cutting this deck. I don't often cut decks, but I do today. All right, so let's see. Let's see what we have here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to shuffle for the first 1 and 5. All right. So this was the order. So we'll hold it like this. And put it on the bottom. All right, so let's take a look first at your tea leaves. Different groups got different numbers. You got 4. I think that was the most that we got here. So let's see what you got. You got funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So I feel like some of you all may really be in that space right now. This, perhaps even what I'm hearing, some of you this whole year has been a bit of frustration, and sometimes just that the frustration is just that you are in a process of learning. I feel like actually this group, what I'm hearing is that you understand that you have been learning lessons, and that but that doesn't make it any easier, because learning lessons can be challenging regardless. But I feel like the people who chose this group, all the souls that chose pile number 2, you are aware. Maybe even if you weren't aware of it initially while the lessons were beginning, or you were starting to go through it, at this point, you are clear that you have had to walk through some lessons and you've learned them. You've learned some lessons. You've moved yourself forward. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. So you've got warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. I feel like that this has to do with the lessons that you've been going through, and that for some of you, wow, some of you have just recently had a realization. It could be about a way in which you have been coping in your life. It could be about an addiction. It could be about just an unhealthy habit that you have leaned on, and you have recently become aware of what that is. And part of your gift, part of your blessing that is coming in is the recognition of what it is that you need to do. So what, kind of moving into what those next steps are to deal with the issue. For some of you, it's not, what I'm hearing is that it is not a personal, it's It's not like your personal habit or your personal addiction, but it could be how you're relating to others or how other people are relating to you. In other words, you have gotten a better understanding about how it is you are allowing yourself to be treated and what is going to be acceptable for yourself moving forward, and really shifting the way that you walk on this planet, what is acceptable for you in terms of how people connect with you in your life. Okay. I got all that from that little card, but that's what is coming up. So there it is. And then you got, interesting. Okay. So this one you got months of the year, and you got July. Look at that. So we're going to see how that kind of plays out a little further, because you've got July and then you've got happiness. So July is kind of followed by happiness. And what's beautiful about that, look at that, is that these cards are kind of connected with this kind of sun energy here. I feel like this July card might be speaking to this sort of renewed sense of happiness that's going to be coming into your life in July. And we'll see if we can get some more information about that. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and see if it'll give us more of the story here. So you've got 5 of Pentacles. I should be showing you these. 3 of Wands. The Emperor. Wow. 2 of Cups. Wow. Oh my goodness. And you got the Sun card. And I totally shuffled it, but it came back up for y'all. So that's gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. Okay, you all. So this feels very, very clear to me in terms of what is going to be happening for you. What are these gifts? What are these surprising gifts that are coming your way? So first of all, many of you who have been feeling like you were in a sense of lack, or that you felt like you weren't getting, your needs were not getting met, like your basic needs were not getting met in terms of like your finances, your sense of stability with regards to home and security, with regards to your health, even it could possibly be with your health. The gift that's coming in, the surprise gift that's coming in, is that you are going to very clearly see that there is a key directly behind you, like it is in this picture here. And you are going to be able to get out of that hole, whatever that hole is for you. For some of you, like I said, it's going to be your material world, your level of wealth, your sort of feelings, your own emotional feelings of lack as well. As well as for some of you, it's going to be your health. You're going to see an improvement in your health. And others of you, it is going to be your sense of security, like your sense of home, feeling stability overall. And that can be shown in like not only your finances, but your health, just overall sense of well-being, right? What a beautiful gift is that coming in from the divine, right? There's this sense of like you being like, I can almost see the image of this poor girl, like sort of standing up, throwing off her shawl and standing straight up and walking over and picking up that key and stepping into her abundance. It's like it's literally right there for you. And the divine is actually bringing it in, because you got this 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is when she's looking out. Her ships are coming in. She's done the initial work. You all have done the initial work. Okay, you've done the initial work to be on your path. You've learned some lessons, as we were talking about earlier. You've been through a period of frustration. You've seen some things that you need to look at and shift within your life in regards to your relationships, and regards not only to your relationship to others, but in relationship to yourself. All right. And so having done that initial work and built that initial foundation, now you're at the stage where the divine is bringing your ships in. The things in which you have been working toward are going to begin to come towards you. There's a sense of like having some patience, but this card is really saying it is coming in. And the reason why I feel very strongly in that for you all is because of these other cards that you've got adjacent to these ships coming in, because you've got the Emperor, y'all. And so the Emperor is, he is just deeply abundant. He's an emperor. He's not even a king. He's like looking over multiple kingdoms, right? You are looking over the multiple kingdoms of your world, okay, of your life. And you are going to learn to move like the emperor. The divine is stepping in and helping you to strategically move the pieces in your life towards your ultimate incredible success, to be able to reign over your world, reign over your heart, reign over your finances, reign over your sense of stability, reign, okay? Reign over your own sense of self-being, okay? That is what this Emperor card is showing me. And he is literally, I feel like he's like sitting on the world, like he is literally on the universe, you know, and he's literally just sitting back and relaxing with all that he has done, right? And so there's this sense that the blessing, the gift that is coming in for you all who chose pile number 2, is a very strong vibration with this reading. Like I'm feeling it very strongly, is that you are really moving into a place of very deep ultimate success. And not only that, but you've got the 2 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups is going to be a loving, heart-centered connection. Now, it often speaks of like a love connection, a romantic connection of some kind, but it doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It could be a business connection. It could be a creative connection, but it's going to be deeply heart-centered. It is going to be reciprocal in a way that it is elevating both individuals that are present in it, okay? It's a beautiful gift of love, right? A beautiful opening of companionship. All right. So it could be for some of you all that you've got a new love that is coming in, but I really feel like it's kind of coming in after you have sat in your emperor or empress chair, right? And sort of sat in the space of reigning over your heart, reigning over your world, reigning over your finances. And then all of a sudden, like that surprise gift that's coming in is another individual who is aligning with you at the same vibrational peak. And because you're going to be drawing to you a higher vibration as you integrate all of the lessons that you have recently learned, as you begin to take action around what you now understand is acceptable or unacceptable in regards to your relationships with yourself and with others. Okay, based on what we saw here. And I feel like this will all continue to blossom right in July. That feels like it's a pinpoint for you here. But I also feel that this is coming in. You're already in this process, so your ships are coming in sooner than that. Okay, it's just that this sort of ultimate sense of sort of happiness and this new level of ascension, if you will, of happiness is going to be coming in more firmly there by the middle of the year. But it takes time to get there, right? So you're going to see signs of this joy coming in, I feel like, immediately as we step into the new year. Once we begin to shift, and also some things are going to start moving more quickly once we hit January. And so once that happens, things are going to start moving along for you. And you've got the Sun card, and the Sun card is like ultimate joy and happiness. So there's this sense of like you getting something is being lifted off of you, beloveds, in pile 2. Something is being lifted off of you. These lessons that you learned have catapulted you into a new space of joy, okay? You are going to feel lighter. You are going to feel a sense of internal joy that you have not yet felt before, okay? It is, it is healing. It is just healing, because when you wake up and are like, feel in your heart joy, instead of waking up immediately with a sense of stress and worry and what do I do next and holding on to what was there before, but you can wake up and take a deep breath, and the first thought that comes to you is like, thank goodness this day, thank goodness for this day. A happy thought comes into mind. That's what I'm sort of seeing you all. It's like stepping into this place of like internal joy that is reflective from the inside out. It's like the way this sun sort of feels like it's like reflecting inside out of her. Like there's this light that's kind of coming in and she's reflecting it back out. So it's a really, really cool, it's beautiful energy, y'all. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful reading about what the gifts are that are coming in. So what we're seeing here is an end to sort of the sense of lack or a sense of not having the security that you need in the life, beginning to see things that you've worked for come into you, beginning to actually see them actualize into your physical world, stepping into your reign over your life in a new way, finding connectedness, right? And then being able to sit in and stay in the sense of internal joy. Beautiful, okay? Beautiful, surprising gifts that are coming in. You've got remember who you wanted to be, the poppy. That's beautiful. Remember who you wanted to be. And I feel like that's what this is saying here. You know, that as you step, this joy comes from a place of being authentically who you are and being at peace with who you are, taking the lessons that you've learned thus far in your life and putting them into practice, leaning unto the divine, okay? You've got breathe through the tension, full moon in Scorpio, okay? So as you are managing this period of frustration, these lessons that you're still in the process of kind of learning and integrating, right? Embodying, the guidance here from the divine is to make sure you're taking time for yourself to simply breathe. If you meditate, that you meditate, but you allow yourself to be still with the divine, be still with yourself, be still with your heart, be still and listen. I keep hearing that phrase, be still and know, right? And it comes from the Bible, be still and know that I am God, okay? So be still and know whatever it is that you believe, that the divine is with you, okay? Be still and know. Be still and know thyself. Be still and know the divine, all right? It's a beautiful energy that just came over this reading. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so you got three. I think this is the only group that got three of these vision cards when I pulled them. So let's see what you got. Create positive karma. I was really getting this sense earlier because when we're thinking about, sort of warning you of, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future, there's a sense of like how you are walking and moving in your life is going to be important. So it's important for you to walk from a space of creating positive karma, as they say, or like doing the right thing, if you will. Because when you know better, you do better, as they say. And so you all know better because you've had these lessons and you're beginning to learn more. And so it's important for you to incorporate the lessons that you've been learning, all right? And to walk from a space of knowing, right? Walk from a space of knowing. When you know you need to do a certain thing, you need to call a certain person, you need to tell a certain person, no, you need to get up and take some kind of action towards something, you need to just do it, right? You need to act from a space of knowing, right? You've got enlightenment. Wow, that's gorgeous. And that speaks to what we were just speaking about in terms of like being still and know, right? Being still and know, having some quiet space, whether that be in nature, whether that be in your home with a candle, whether that be, just quietly sitting in a chair, like just being still and listening, because your third eye is opening, is a part of the lessons that you're learning. Your insight is becoming clearer, okay? And that is part of the gifts that are coming to you right now, okay? Enlightenment. But again, when you know better, you do better. So it's important that you leverage that enlightenment. And finally, okay, come on. This is that emperor energy right here. Fierce, okay? You are fierce. You are going to be able, look at that power. There's such a sense of power that's going to be coming in for you. You know, when we begin to know things in a different way, those things that have had power over us in the past just simply do not. They just simply do not. You know, those beings, you know, here, there's like a tiger represented here, but those, you know, fierce beings out there, they don't have to growl, right? They just need to simply be. Their very presence is ominous, is fierce. And your presence is going to be emanating in this same type of way. When you step fully into your own power, you embody a fierceness that others will see, that you will feel and know, and you will be able to take the steps that you need to do to be able to step into your empress or emperorship, okay? Into your reign. This is beautiful, beautiful guidance there. Now, if you remember, you were going to think of a question that you wanted a yes or no answer to. And I don't often pull these cards, but today I had decided to pull them. So we'll see what we get here. And this is pile 2. So I'm going to be choosing the second symbol, and then we'll look at final guidance from Spirit. And so this is going to be the water bottle. It's interesting because, I mean, I have not read the answer to this, but when I looked at the water bottle, the first thing that came to me was that thought of, you know, how they stay on the airline, like put the oxygen mask on yourself first and then help others. And when I read the water bottle, for some reason, that's the image that went through my head. And so there's a sense of whatever it is that you're asking about, the first thing you need to know about that is make sure that you're nourishing yourself first. Okay, that you have fully nourished yourself first. All right, that's the first thing that I am getting from that. All right, and then let's see what it says here is the answer. So this is a really interesting little set of cards here. Okay, and this is interesting because the same group 1 got the same thing. Okay, but a different, not the same wording, but it says, there is but one star in the sky tonight, and it brings an answer of no. Okay, so whatever your question is, the first thing that you need to understand about that is the divine said to me very clearly, you need to nourish yourself first. So whatever that question is, there's a need for you to nourish yourself first, because right now the answer is a no. Okay. That's what it is. All right. So hopefully that resonates with you and makes some sense. But that is what we have here. So that was the yes or no. And then let's look at the final guidance from Spirit. And you've got the little one rises. Now I'm going to read this because I found these cards to be so beautiful. These Kuan Yin, this is the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. And I just find the prayers in them to be so beautiful. But what the first thing that I'm getting from this is that, you know, it says the little one rises. I'm really getting a sense overall from you that there's just an abundant joy that's going to be coming into you, a new level of happiness. And the kind of happiness that I'm feeling in this reading right here can only come from a new level of enlightenment or understanding. Okay, from the lessons and the things that you've learned. The kind of happiness that is here is a much more sustaining happiness, which means that it's not coming from a material thing. It's not coming from another individual. It is coming from the inside out. It is coming from connection to the divine, right? That allows you to see and experience life in a whole other level. And this is saying the little one rises. It's as if like you have grown, you have learned, and now you are able to step fully into your purpose. You're able to step fully into your reign, if you will, whereas others may not have thought that you were capable of, or they didn't see you in certain kind of ways, right? There's this sense of you stepping forward in a new way in your life, all right? And what we're seeing here is it says, Whatever intention, thought, or seed of hope has lodged itself into your heart or mind lately, it has the blessing of the Divine Mother on it. So allow her to nurture and protect that intention. Be careful with whom you share your intentions. Those with only the purest hearts will be able to nurture your dreams in their infancy. Okay? I don't know what, keep coming back to whatever your question was, but this sort of sense of nurturing yourself first. Nurturing yourself first, okay? And this says, I see, nurture, and protect the small starts, the new ideas and projects that are just beginning to come to life now. I see the potential in them, how they can grow into fullness, and I lift them with my grace above all interference into full flight. Divine timing and my grace shall bring growth and success to these small starts. Keep attending to the small matters, beloved, for from those seeds, great gardens are going to manifest. Okay. And I'm really getting for you all that, wow. You don't yet see, all you beautiful souls who chose pile number 2. You do not see the massive garden of abundant joy, life, love, hope that is waiting for you. And I feel like what the divine is saying is that you're on the right path. You're moving in the right direction. Continue to integrate the lessons that have been coming to you and what is going to happen very quickly for you. The gifts that are coming forward for you is the support of the divine to watch those seeds grow into a manifestation of abundant joy, of fierce rain over your life in the multiple areas of your life, okay? Your ships are coming in, loves. This is a beautiful reading. It has a strong vibration on it, and I hope that you received what you needed to receive from it today. Know that you are truly loved and blessed. Your divine spirits, guardian spirits are walking with you and very, very present in the day-to-day of your world. Okay, so trust and know that all is blossoming in a magnificent way for you. So that is what I see. And thank you so much for joining the Abundant Joy Tarot. If you like what you're seeing or hearing here, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment, let me know what resonates with you. That always brings me joy. If you're interested in a personal reading, please drop me an email at abundantjoytarot@gmail.com. I would be thrilled to do that for you. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this Mystical Moments deck, then this is going to be your reading, and we are looking today at what surprised gifts, blessings are coming to you in the near future. And so I am going to shuffle this a bit. I have already prayed over these readings and done some initial shuffling, but I'm going to pull a couple of about 5 tarot cards, and then I've got a bunch of oracle cards that I've already pulled for this deck. If you did not hear the intro, you'll want to know that one of the things that I said is that I did pull from one of these oracle decks, which is like a yes or no answer deck. And so you'll want to keep in mind a specific question that you want a yes or no answer to. And for this pile 3, I will choose the third symbol that is on this card, whatever it is, and see what that answer might be. So that is that. If you choose not to do that, that's fine. But I'm just letting you know I'll be doing that after we get through some of this other stuff. Let me see. I think that was it. So I'm going to pull. Okay, Spirit, what is the guidance for the gifts, blessings that are coming in? Or pile 3. Interesting. I didn't do this for the back of the for the other ones, but I'm gonna for you because you've got the moon on the back of the deck, bottom of the deck, which is kind of like what may be going on under the undercurrents, and so that lets me know that there are some emotions, some deep-rooted emotions that are kind of being revealed slowly to you. Oh, I did do more. I did more cards here than I thought. But we'll look at those in just a moment here. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at your tea leaves first, and then we will look at your tarot, and then look at a few more of these oracle cards. So you've got cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. It's interesting because this is the type of energy that I was feeling with that moon card, that there's like this sense of like emotional melancholy, sadness, dissatisfaction, as it says. But let's see what else we find here. Financial pinch. Okay, so some of you may be feeling like a little bit of the financial pinch. Sometimes at the end of the year, we can really feel like things are not quite where we want them to be, or for some of us, it may be a bit more of a struggle. So let's see what we got here. And then we've got, wonderful. So you've got bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. All right. I love that that comes right after the financial pinch and this dissatisfaction, with life, that there's a bridge. The divine is bringing in a bridge, something to be able to help you to walk over the challenges that you're dealing with. All right. And then, you got a months of the year. Everybody didn't get that. And you've got May. All right. So we'll see how this kind of plays out further. I'm wanting, I didn't do this with the other cards, but I'm wanting to get a sense. So I'm going to pull from this other deck and just, Spirit, can you clarify for us what this month of May, what is happening this month of May? Okay, interesting. So what popped out was the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is going to talk about, particularly in this card, the way it's illustrated here, is going to be talking about this sort of elevation, right? The Hierophant can also talk about sort of authoritative figures or structures, sometimes like religious structures or things. But what I love about this card here is that the other side of the Hierophant is this sort of sense of walking up to a place of enlightenment, right? Of being able to step by step get to the places that you need to get to. And so in the sense of May, and thinking about where you're going in May, I feel like this is like guidance toward what may be opening up for you in terms of your own spiritual climb, right? Your own spiritual climb up to enlightenment, that for some reason May is going to be significant for you within that realm of work. Okay, so we're kind of seeing that overall where you're sitting right now as you're listening to this reading, you may be in a place where you're feeling a little bit of dissatisfaction, or it's like some emotional undercurrents that where you don't feel content, like a discontentment is really what I'm feeling. And then there may also be financial issues that are going along that's kind of stirring that emotional and discontentment, but I'm not feeling that is like the only issue. Like it's more of an internal, like emotional, like, obviously anytime being out of a financial pinch is going to be a good thing, but that necessarily would not solve all of the emotional issues or concerns that you're dealing with right now, all you beloved souls that chose pile number 3. But I also get the sense that you're actually really able to move through this, and that there's a sense of stillness that is falling over this reading that is different from the other readings that I did. So I'm really getting a sense of you, like maybe you are tapped into the fact that you have an emotional current that is disturbing you. Some of you may have like, what do they call it? I have it sometimes myself, like winter, seasonal, this, when you're affected by the seasons. And it sometimes, like if you're hearing this reading, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you hear it, it will be relevant for you. But if you're listening to it when I'm actually putting up, which is in the December time frame, some of us have a sense of kind of melancholy during this time of year in general, and that might be what is going on. But I just kind of get this sense of like kind of low, kind of this low vibrational, but it's not necessarily, it's not like doom and gloom. That's what I'm getting. It's just sort of like, it's just sitting there underneath the surface. And as you tap into yourself, into your stillness, is going to help soothe that dissatisfaction. Okay. Yeah, there's a sense of peace. Okay, so let's see. So for the tarot cards, you've got the Page of Swords. Wow. So we're talking about what surprise gifts are coming into you. And the Page of Swords is going to represent an illumination, right? A vivacious, ferocious thirst for knowledge. It's like there's something in you that you're wanting to learn more about, or you're going to get this sort of spark of like inspiration around, I want to study this further. I want to know more about this. It's kind of like when a lot of us, when we have that social media, we go down that rabbit hole because we see something and we're like, oh, this is really interesting. We start learning more and more about it. It kind of has that type of energy to it, but it could be on anything in your world, something that you're wanting to learn more about. And for some of you, it may be self, just wanting to know more about yourself. And for some of you, it is about like a project or a creative endeavor that you are embarking on. Okay, that's the first thing. Let's see what else. Let me see what else we got here. The King of Pentacles. Wow. And, with this deck, you've got both the feminine and the masculine kings. And this is like the feminine King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is beautiful. This is talking about material stability. This is like coming to a place of overarching abundance that has come from a place of working hard to get here. It is a vibrancy. This card also really gives me the sense of like contentment, of joy, of things blossoming. I mean, look at that, all those blooming yellow flowers there. And then it's like she literally has like her home foundation castle, if you will, like at the crown of her head. Like there's this real sense of stability coming into place. So in terms of surprising gifts that are coming your way, pile 3, I really get this sense of increased stability, inspiration, increased stability. The Magician. Wow, we have here 5 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. I didn't pull this many cards for the other ones. I don't know how this many cards got out here, but this is incredible. This is like really, really beautiful in terms of your overall reading here, in terms of what's coming in. So Spirit is, wow, pile 3. So first of all, in terms of the surprising gifts that are coming in for you, you are going to see an increase of wealth that is beyond what you thought possible, okay? And it has all come from the work that you've been putting into. So I think part of what I'm getting is like this dissatisfaction that I was speaking to earlier may be coming from the place that all you beautiful souls who chose pile number 3 have been kind of working really hard on something, like, really mastering something, really putting in the work. And it could have been some time, like years, like it could have been years, could have been months, but something that you've really like come back to again and again and continue to kind of work on it, and this could also be your own self-development, your own self-growth. But what this satisfaction may be coming from, you haven't seen your work come to fruition. You haven't seen the harvest fully blossom for you. And as a matter of fact, some of you have seen disappointments and you're like, I've been working on this. Why did this not go through? Like, you've tried for certain things and maybe you didn't get into certain things that you applied for, or you tried for various funding sources or things like that, and they did not come through for you. And so this sort of sense of like, what am I doing? Like, this is not, the universe is not supporting me, right? And what this reading is telling me is that your harvest is coming in, all right? Because not only are you going to pay attention to the inspirations that you are getting, that, these sort of flashes of insights, these aha moments that come across, do not ignore them at this time. Even if you're like, kind of feeling that lethargy, pay attention to it, because the divine is walking very closely with you. The fact that you have this Hierophant here, it's like, divine authority is divine timing, and a divine authority is coming into place for you, all right, and bringing you to your King of Pentacles moment. You've got the Magician, and the Magician card is all about what we can manifest with our own hands. It's like creating your own world. You have the power. Tapping in with the divine, you have the power to manifest that which you so desire. This, what you've been working on, you are on the right path, beloved. So just keep going, because you are actually stepping into a place of incredible success. Like, just I can't even find the word. It's just like such abundant success, because you've got, so you've got the Five of Wands. I've gotten kind of excited, because when I pulled all these cards, I was like, my goodness, because the King of Pentacles is beautiful, the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles. But then to have the Eight of Pentacles showing that you've been diligently working on something and moving toward it. And you've got all these pentacles, which lets me know that it's bringing you not just abundance, but stability, and that is such a gift, to have the stability of abundance, right? The stability, and the Magician to be able to make it happen, right? To be able to, with your own hands, with your own thought, with your own ability, to manifest the world that you so desire, that you are going to be creating with the divine, something unknown to you, something you have not yet been able to see. Now, you've got this Five of Wands. Now, fives often do denote a conflict of some kind, but the Five of Wands, I'm seeing this like sort of on the cards right there. I don't know why. It's just this like ring light thing. I can't really fix it, so it is what it is. All right, sorry. Okay. The Five of Wands represents a conflict of some kind, but the thing is about the Five of Wands is it's also about strategically moving the things in place in your life, okay? It talks about when conflict is really kind of more like a competition, and it helps you to be better in what it is that you're doing. Sometimes when we get these lessons, or when we, sometimes our biggest lessons are learned from our mistakes, are learned from our failures, okay? So it may be that you have had some losses, you've had some things that have not worked out in the direction that you thought. But what the divine is saying is that the lessons that you're learning from that are going to help you to be able to strategically move the pieces into your life to bring your ultimate success. Because you've got the Five of Wands, and then quickly followed them by the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is abundant, and you've got both the Queen and the King of Pentacles. Beautiful. So this is this sense of like the Queen of Pentacles has worked hard for what it is. Her harvest has come in. She is so abundant that she is just generous, just as such a generous spirit, and is able to not nurture, nurture all of those that are kind of under her, right? And also, she is also standing within her own power, upright in her power, continuing to blossom and grow within her abundance, all right? And this is definitely a gift. And then you've got the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is kind of like that ultimate life of our dreams, right? Where it's like community, family, wealth, generosity of spirit, like being able to have everything that you need and more. The house, the foundation of what you want, the communication, the joy, the laughter, the youth around you, the companionship, right? All of that is wrapped up in this beautiful card of the Ten of Pentacles. And the fact that you have all of these together is just sort of mind-blowing to me, because it's just really saying that the level of wealth that is coming into your world with this reading of what is the surprise gift that's coming in, it's like stability and generational wealth, right? That's really what this is denoting here. And coming from a sense of ascension, that you're also like, that's what's so beautiful about it, is that there's like a balancing of your emotional world, your spiritual world, and your physical world. So your physical world is going to now reflect what is going on for you internally. So what's important for you to do is to remember that you are the magician of your own world. You need to cultivate an internal world that is beyond your wildest dreams, right? You need to be thinking the thoughts of bigger than what you think possible, so that your outside world begins to reflect the surprising, miraculous nature of what is possible for you. Okay, so it's really important that you are keeping, I'm getting that song, woke up this morning with my mind. So keep your mind stayed on Jesus if that's you, but keep your mind stayed on spirit, on the divine, keeping your mind stayed on that which is going to bring you abundant joy. Okay, that is what you need to keep your mind stayed on. Okay, and then you've got, in terms of your oracle cards, learn from friendships old and new, okay? Learn from friendships old and new. There's a real sense that you are understanding life on a new level based on the lessons that you've been getting. Detoxify. Okay, so in regards to what's been happening, like how you're actually feeling, because I feel like some of you may not, this is all happening for you. This energy is definitely around you. And if you allow yourself, you can tap into this incredible abundance. But some of you may be, like I said in the beginning of this reading, sort of feeling like you're underwater. Like I get this sense of like, you can't fully tap into these feelings of prosperity and growth and stability feel a little bit elusive to you right now. More fluid than the stability that I'm actually seeing here, which is very, very stable. And part of that needs to come from you detoxifying. Okay. And so by detoxifying, what I mean by that is by cleansing yourself. Now there's multiple ways of cleansing yourself. You can take spiritual baths. You can just meditate and cleanse. You can really just simply ask the divine to remove any negative energies that are sitting on you and allow you to really step fully into your place of power, empowerment, and enlightenment. All right. You have the power to speak your word over your life and over yourself. Use your power to speak words of goodness, of hope, of joy, of love, of stability. All right. So that you can, these gifts are coming, okay? These gifts are coming to you regardless, but you want to be able to be fully present for the blessing of this abundance, okay? And so that is going to mean for you to be able to be fully balanced and grounded. You need to detoxify yourself. You need to sit in quiet meditation. You need to allow yourself to clean yourself in whatever way works for you and your tradition. Okay. So that's the detoxify. Now I pulled vision cards to see if it could help illuminate for us the gifts. Wow. Physical strength and options, of course. Okay. So you've got, keep it up. I can do anything. So for some of you, a lot of us at the end of the year, the beginning of the year, we begin looking at, our physical strength and being able to find ways to do it. So this is another blessing that's going to come to you, is that if you take steps, there are multiple steps that you can take, and there's any route that you can take. Some of you, it's just going to be about getting up and starting to walk every day. Some of you, you're going to go to the gym and be lifting and doing all that. Or some of you are just going to start taking a class. Some of you are going to just start doing things in terms of like your health, like drinking more water or trying to be more conscious about your food choices, stretching, whatever it may be. But there's this sense that whatever step you take is going to be multiplied by the universe. So it's important for you to go ahead and take steps toward gaining more physical flexibility or more physical strength. Okay. And that with whatever step you take, whatever choice you take, know that the universe is going to support you in that journey and is going to open up new pathways, new doors, introduce you to people that are going to help you to get to where you want to get. Okay. So it's about you planting the seed and the universe coming in and fully helping it to blossom. And the other thing here is you've got options, all right? So one thing you need to really remember, particularly if you're in a place of low vibration, emotionally of some kind, you need to remember that you have multiple options. The universe is giving you a set of keys, not one key, but a set of keys, and that you can make choices about how to be healthy in your life. You can make choices about how you're going to bring about abundance in your life, whether or not you're going to travel or do things like that that are going to bring you joy, what it is that brings you joy. You have options. And the universe is saying that not only do you have options, but that they're going to continue to present options to you. So pay attention to the way that things are moving in your life. Okay? Beautiful. That is really gorgeous. Okay. Now, if you remember what your question is, I'm now going to pull that card. If you don't have a particular question, that's fine. You can just sort of ignore this answer. But if you do and you've been contemplating one, let's take a look. This is pile 3, so I'm going to choose the third option here, which will be the bow tie. So this is the pick a treasure card, and we're going to go with the bow tie, and we're going to see what it says here for the bow tie. Let's see. I'm gonna see what it says. So this is interesting because each of them has said this. Okay, so or differently, but from the darkness a light emerged, bringing with it your answer. No. So the answer, whatever the question is no. And it's interesting because all 3 piles got a no, which is surprising to me. But yeah, that's just what it is. So whatever your question is, that's what it is. The other ones, I got additional insight on it. On this one, I'm not. So that's what it is. Take what works and leave the rest. I'll just say that, but so that was for the yes or no question for this reading. And now we're going to look for the final guidance from Spirit. Okay. Beautiful. Grace in full light. Wow. What is very, very clear to me within your overall reading, pile 3, is the presence of the divine coming in and turning a wrong to a right, bringing balance and harmony into your world, okay, at a level that you didn't think was possible, okay. Wow. So it says, there is a time when it is time, your time. It is the right time for an idea to come to fruition, for something miraculous and yet tangible and concrete to happen. Something is finally coming to life in you, in your world. Wow. You have learned that it is only through conscious action combined with true surrender that grace can truly take flight. And when this happens, it is breathtaking. There is no limit to what grace renders possible. This is within you is a sacred rebel who dares to dream of a more beautiful world. You believe in inspiration and you trust in hope. How I adore that dreaming, daring, hopeful heart of yours. With my help, your heart can grow wings and soar. your time has come. So the divine is really stepping in. So whatever direction, it's interesting because I feel like what the divine is saying is, sometimes when we get the answer no, and I'm just hearing this for this particular question, the answer is no, I have something better for you. And that's what I'm hearing for this particular group. I didn't think I got an additional message, but that's what I'm getting from this card. And that for those of you who didn't have a question, it is just a matter of you knowing that the time is now, that the gifts that are going to be coming to you are around your overall abundance, as well as you're building a foundation, like a sense of security, a sense of self. Understand that you have the power to manifest your world with this Magician card. You have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles, as well as the 8 of Pentacles, which shows that you've been diligently mastering your craft. So keep at it, beloved. Trust and know that your ship is coming in, okay? Trust and know that the divine is saying divine timing is upon you, all right? So take the steps that you need to do to continue to bring abundant joy into your life. And I feel like this is a gorgeous reading for you. I hope that you received what you needed to receive today. I want to thank you for joining the Abundant Joy Tarot. If this is resonating for you in any way, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment down there. Let me know what resonates with you. I love to get comments, and I appreciate hearing from you. And if you are interested in a personal reading, feel free to drop me an email at abundantjoytarot@gmail.com. I would be honored to do a reading for you. That said, I hope that you have an abundantly joyful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye-bye.